Hello everyone, I'm back and it's Thursday, the November 9th, 2017. I want to share something cool that happened for the home team. I'm calling them the home team, okay, for this video. I'm talking about my friends who just put out this really good CD. Carla Dereck, along with Dave Newhouse, Brett Harold Hart. We have some guests on here. Greg Siegel is on here. Mark Stanley. George Newhouse, Dave's son, on drums. I just want to share something cool that happened yesterday. The other day, let me put this together. In my last video, or one of my last videos, I spoke about Robert Wyatt and the Canterbury connection. Robert Wyatt. Let me just show a few more records here. Robert Wyatt was the original drummer and singer in Soft Machine. If you don't know, Soft Machine was one of the other bands, along with Pink Floyd, that basically kicked off psychedelia in England back in the 60s. Pink Floyd went on to become famous. Soft Machine went on to become influential. Robert Wyatt, there he is, the drummer and singer and witty cat that he was. For many of us, and I'll speak plurally because I don't speak alone, for many of us music lovers, Robert Wyatt is a giant. Robert Wyatt deserves the acclaim that people half his talent get. I see him as a musical treasure on the same lines as, honestly for me, he's on the same level as David Bowie and Prince, John Lennon, the Beatles, Sly and the Family Stone, James Brown, Bob Marley. The greats. Robert Wyatt is one of the greats, and he's still alive. Here's a box set of a single of his, CD of his, Short Break. Now what I'm getting at is that Robert Wyatt, someone sent Robert a copy, or he listened to the Dereck CD and sent an email to a friend of Carla's, which got back to Carla, and I share in their happiness and elation that Robert Wyatt heard the CD and he likes it. Listen to what Robert said. Email from Robert Wyatt to our lovely, generous, beautiful friend, Sister Andrea, about Dereck, that he gently gave a listen to. Robert said, quote, "Thank them for the very striking CD, at least as good as any famous people working in related areas. Full of character, an unafraid band. Thanks again to them, and you too, my lovely friend." That is a wonderful, it's great to hear from people who have inspired and you would admire. The music of Soft Machine, Canterbury, the whole ilk, since my childhood, this music has helped to shape my reality. So I really share in the elation again that this music was heard and recognized by one of our prime inspirations. Truly, Robert Wyatt is. Just to also try to again illustrate the point. Yesterday I woke up and went online, looked to see what was going on. I checked the music news almost right away, and I see that Mavis Staples had put out a new song about building a bridge. I listened to it. I loved the words, loved the message, and linked it to Facebook. But right after that, the first record that I played was Terry Riley's A Rainbow in Curved Air. This came out in 1969, and at the time there was nothing like it in Western music. Very modal, very looping and ambient. Excuse me. Lamont Young and folks of that ilk had been working in this area. This also takes from Indian, pardon me, my words aren't good this morning, but there's an aspect of Indian classical music to how this was put together. But what I'm saying also is I got turned on to this thanks to my older brother and my parents as a kid. I heard it in this, you know, when it happened. So when I first heard Third by Soft Machine, Out Bloody Rages, this is my copy from high school. When I heard the introduction to Out Bloody Rages by Soft Machine, upgrade copy, I recognized the connection. They were doing the Terry Riley thing, the looping, repetitive thing on keyboard that Terry Riley introduced to the Western world on this album. Maybe there's another one before this, but this was my introduction. Fantastic record. There's all these connections between Robert Wyatt, his music, his musical legacy, David Allen of Gong. There's a connection there. David Allen, who started Gong and Soft Machine, was originally from Australia and was hitchhiking and ended up being taken in by the Wyatt family. That's how Robert Wyatt met David, who was older than Robert, and all that happened. But these people are extremely influential and important in my life. I have Robert Wyatt music all through my collection. Here's another one. Michael Mantler, trumpeter, composer. Silence with Carla Bley, Robert Wyatt, and Chris Spedding, who I just saw play guitar with Brian Ferry. Finally got to see Chris Spedding play. Robert Wyatt's done a million things. Here's another one I'll pull right quick. If I can find it. Hendrix. Here it is. Henry Cow, also very important English band. Fred Frith, the guitar player. From Henry Cow, who is on Frets of Yore, along with me. I'm on this as well. I'm on a record with the guitar player from this band. Means more than money to me that has happened. But Robert Wyatt is guest vocalist here. Isn't there a picture of him here? That's why I was going to show it. Yeah, isn't there a picture of Robert in here? I thought there was a picture of Robert Wyatt on the inside of here. It's the Hatfield and the North album where there's a picture of Robert in his wheelchair. Robert's on that. So, hooray and congrats to Carla and Dave and Brett and crew for the acknowledgement from one of our heroes. I'm going to use the word hero. Robert Wyatt has been a major influence in my life. Even though he's just a musician, you know, I mean, like, he would be very self-deprecating if he heard all this, I'm sure. I'm not putting him on a pedestal. I'm trying to put into context his importance to me as a music lover and one who's been absorbing music from all areas of the world and history all my life. Robert Wyatt is unrecognized for his importance. He is a great, I seriously see him as great, as any great musician that you would mention to me. I think that he deserves acclaim beyond what he'll get in his lifetime. And so once again, Carla, Dave, and Brett, kudos to being heard from one of the masters. It made my day, and it's still making my day. Had to make a video about it. There's much more that I could always be saying, folks, but I'll leave it right here.